What's going on, nation? As we're back here for the semifinal round of the college football playoffs here in the Highland Scotties Teambuilder Dynasty, episode 32. And today, in this semifinal matchup here, we're going to be facing one of our old foes from the Big 12, and that is going to, of course, be the Oklahoma Sooners. As the Sooners in action here with us here today at the Peach Bowl, as we're here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Hotlanta for this matchup here today. And of course, one of these two teams is going to be able to try to punch their ticket to get to the big game of the year, as Oklahoma, of course, now in the SEC, and of course we're in the Big 12. And of course, there you see they're ranked number 4 in the nation. We're ranked number 2 in the nation. And currently, the top 4 schools that are in the got the first round bye are in the semifinals here. Of course, Penn State taking on Ohio State in that matchup, and we'll see who is going to lock the last 2 spots there. As we're going to try to grab one of those 2 as we get close to wrapping up. There you see they're ranked 5th in the college football playoffs, but they're ranked 3rd in the nation. And one of these 4 teams, or 2 of the 4 teams that we're seeing here, are going to move on. Of course, Oklahoma took on number 5, Notre Dame, in the previous round, winning that one 42-21, which is a huge, gigantic win there. As Oklahoma did a great job there. Arnold, 5 touchdowns, 476 yards. He got sacked twice there and had a really great game with his big arm there. As you'll see the rushing wise there, had a pretty good, decent day of rushing, 6 carries, 58 yards. BB had a touchdown there on 5 carries and 8 yards there for him. The running game wasn't really too key there for them, but the passing game was awesome. You see Anderson there over 150 yards there, as well as Burks over 150 yards. Both having a great day, both having a touchdown apiece. Anderson, of course, having the better day as he had an extra touchdown there towards the end. And, of course, there you see the rest of the guys there. So they are going to be a pass-first team, and especially a guy with Arnold, you're going to have to be really aware and very vigilant on trying to attack him and try to get him out of the game as quickly as we can. And, of course, that's going to be the defense's job here this week, as we got to be a very aggressive, at least not too aggressive that gets us in trouble, but just aggressive enough that we get them to decide, change their MO and go to more of the pass or more of the ground game than the passing game, which we're, of course, obviously, it's usually the other way around. We were usually trying to stop the run and, of course, forcing the pass. Here today, I think we need to try to put up a lot of different, come at him different angles there. As you see, he's got pretty good accuracy as well as power in his arm. So it's going to be a challenge here for us, but I think it's a good challenge nonetheless. And of course, that's, if you want to win championships, you got to try to defeat teams that are just as good as you, maybe even slightly better than you, in some cases there. And the only way to do that is to go on the field and hash it out. And of course, there you see Burks, our wide receiver there. Of course, we're gonna have to watch out for him. He has a pretty good, can run a route pretty well as quickness, and of course his looseness as well. He's a tricky guy there in the deep side of the field there. And of course, we'll have to try to make some, try to see if we can make some decent matchups there. I think this is gonna be a tough task for our corners and safeties, trying to keep up with him, and of course try to stop him as we're trying to, you got Anderson as well, who's been playing very well here in the college football playoffs. So there you see Williams there, their secondary. He's going to be, of course, a player there that we're going to have to as well as try to watch for in the passing game, as interceptions have been an issue for us this season. And, we just got to play smart here. We just can't get too over emotional about it. And we just got to get down the field as best as we possibly can. Obviously, the running game is going to be very important for us here. So if we can really eat up a lot of yardage on the ground, we don't have to worry about too much about Williams there in that secondary position. And of course, when we talking about running here, we got to get around this other Williams here, Damian Williams, run stopper there for Oklahoma, and so he likes to plug up the middle there. Of course, we don't always run up the middle there, but I have a sick feeling here with his abilities, his power. His quick is not the greatest, but his finesse moves are pretty decent. He's probably a guy there who is going to be doing his best to make sure he gets hold of our halfbacks there in the backfield there. I wouldn't be surprised they start shifting him around the line when it comes to that. Of course, there you see some of the other players that are kind of key to their offense here. Mainly, one defensive player there, Sloan, who's out with a broken collarbone for 3 weeks. But there you see some of the injuries there as well. Hicks has a fractured kneecap. 10 weeks there for him, so he's pretty much done for the season. And of course, for us, Avery's been, our guy. He's been our go-to here. He's of course the reigning and current Heisman Trophy winner. Had a great season here. And of course, we're trying to see him off on the right foot here. Hopefully, maybe we can convince him to come back next season. But if he's ready to go to the next level, then we'll definitely let him go. But 29 rushing touchdowns for him, 42 broken tackles, and over 2,000 yards on the ground this year. As the young man from Springfield, Massachusetts, just having a bonkers type of season. And then our four-star athlete, or one of our top defensive players there, is Will Woolfolk, and you guys are I'm sure you guys are a favorite of his. And of course, Woolfolk's been doing a great job there, plugging up the line there, going after quarterbacks. Also coming out, sometimes he's been playing as an edge rusher at times as well. So in certain formations, I think in the nickel, I think we have him in that. So he's been very active on the line there. And of course, of all things, a freshman. Yes, a true freshman. Nick O'Quinn has been playing very well this season. From the jump, literally from week one, he's been very active. We've had him a couple of different formations, and then as the weeks have been going on, we've been adding him a little bit more, getting him more opportunities, making snaps, and he's been taking those opportunities and doing very well with them. He's been very active and very explosive and very dangerous towards a lot of quarterbacks. There 22.5 sacks for the season for him right now, with 2 interceptions, 32 TFLs, and of course 78 tackles there for him. And of course, 1 forced fumble. O'Quinn is going to be a monster next season, and of course, he's a redshirt kid, but nonetheless, he is going to be definitely going to be a terrorizer here in this next couple seasons here. If we could get him and develop him even more so. I cannot wait to see what he's going to be like next year. But we'll see. I think he's going to be a huge asset for us here in this game here today, as we're going to bring him in and have him in a few more snaps now. I think we feel more better with him. He might actually, if he does well here in this game, he might end up being a starter in the national championship game if we happen to win this one. As we see a run there, that is going to be, of course, carry there by Tatum as he gets out of the backfield there for a few yards. Get enough there for the first down. Is what will be a 1st and 10 here for the Sooners, as we'll see a quick drop back, and they're going to get a hold of the halfback there in the back of the line there. Nice job there for the Scotties defense. Now 3rd and 13 coming up here. Arnold here throwing this pass there. That's going to go to Tatum. Tatum is going to get the catch, and he's not going to get enough there to get the first down. Scotties get the ball here for the first time now. They're on their 23-yard line. And we'll set 27-yard line. And that is going to be a carry there for a gain of 8. Scotties, of course, we're all blue here today. 2nd and 1 coming up here. The man in motion. Of course, Singer is your guy. The quarterback here who's been doing a great job here leading us through the season. Of course, he's had some issues with the passing. Not as much as Robinson. As Robinson, of course, is sitting on the bench waiting to come in if we need him. As we'll see a handoff and a nice run there, or at least a decent carry there for Avery. And of course, he's been, like I said, coming as a very explosive player ever since we started this series here, and now more so this year. As you see now, his other counterpart here, that'll be Bo, coming out of the backfield there for a few more yards. And depending on how this game plays out, we could see Bo. If we have at least a I say probably about a 3 to 4 possession lead. We'll definitely see Bo come out. Of course, we know what Bo's capable of, as he has just been lights out. Of course, I wish we could have got him more snaps this year, because I think he definitely deserves to be. He's definitely our MVP of the offense besides Avery. There's a lot of times that Avery did not have 100-yard games, and Bo just went nuclear and had, not a 100-yard game, but a 150-yard game or a 200-yard game, and just was really dominant in the running game. As we'll see, Avery now runs this one up the middle there. That's going to be a nice first down. As that's going to be the change now. We're at the 25-yard line of Oklahoma. Singer here doing a good job here, balancing out the pass and the run. Quick pass there. That's going to be going to Feeney, as he'll get this one at the Sooners 20. Great crowd here in Atlanta. As a crowd, of course, here for the Peach Bowl. And of course, a lot of both Oklahoma and Highland Scotty fans here in attendance. As, of course, Oklahoma trying to get their way into the college football, back, or at least try to get into the championship game here. Of course, we're trying to defend our title from last season, as we won it for the first time here in school history, at least in the new era of college football here. And of course, it's stemming from a long drought that we had previously, about a 4-year drought that we were not in the main game of the season, playing for the national championship. And of course, Coach Bond's coming back and really bringing this life back to this team, as we see a touchdown here for the Highland Scotties as they get on board here. Avery, touchdown, Highland Scotties. As the Scotties halfback here comes back and gets a nice run there, gets himself into the end zone. Nice drive there for the Scotties. They put 7 on the board. It's now 7-0 here. Ball on their own 25-yard line here as the Sooners. Now handoff here from Tatum. Tatum's going to get coming out of the backfield there and get a gain of 2. Sooners are now trying to go all this no huddle, trying to keep us on our toes here and not let us get a change of personnel. As Tatum here runs this one there, and he's going to get a good carry there. So he's going to get there to the 38. So again, Sooners here trying to do their best to, of course, shake things up here, and of course keep us off kilter here as we're trying to use that wear and tear against us here. As we'll see a handoff. That's going to be Tatum as he gets a few yards there on the play, and he will get now to a 2nd and 7. Scotties, of course, got to figure out a play here, and of course figure our way how to stop this no huddle. And the only way to do that is, of course, get to the quarterback here and cause some problems in that backfield there. But having a little tough time here, as Oklahoma is here doing a good job of just kind of nickel and diming us. See now what they'll do here on this their own, on our 42-yard line here, 1st and 10. Drop back here for Arnold. Arnold's going to throw this one up there. That's going to go up the middle, and that's going to be a touchdown. Highland Scotties, as Salchek is in there. As he, it's Carney. Excuse me, my bad. Wrong. Wrong number I was looking at. Carney in the end zone. Zion Carney, the freshman, finds a way in there as he slips right in the backfield there. Nobody on him whatsoever. And he's able to get the first 6 points of the day here for Oklahoma. They tie it up now 7 apiece. Ball on the 20-yard line here for the Scotties. We'll see a pass up the middle there. That ball's going to be tipped away, as we could not get our hands on that one. Now 2nd and 10 coming up here. Ball on the 20-yard line. And we'll see a handoff there to Avery. Avery trying to get out of the backfield there, but he is going to get only a couple of yards there. We're looking at a 3rd down here. It's a manageable one here, but of course that's easier said than done. Drop back up the middle there. That's going to be caught there by Benson, and Benson is going to get the catch at the 49-yard line. 1st and 10 there for the Scotties, as they do a great job there on that throw and catch. Now, so we'll jump to a 2nd and 10. Handoff here to Bo, as Bo will, of course, get there at the 41-yard line of the Sooners. So, look like both teams are moving the ball here pretty well here. So, this could be a more of a defensive, true to nature Big 12 matchup here. Even though of course, Oklahoma is no longer in the Big 12, but that classic no defense, all offense type of play, and having really good quarterbacks and halfbacks and receivers putting on a show here. So you see now 2nd and 10 coming up, pass there by the tight end, or to the tight end there for the catch, and that's going to be a nice catch there for him. We'll see what they can do here on this 3rd and 7. Got to get this one inside the 20 as we have the ball at the 20-yard line. Drop back here for Singer. Singer going to throw that one up there. That's going to go to Feeney as he gets the catch at the 2, and that's going to be a 1st down. So new set of downs here for the Scotties. Looking to try to maybe punch this one in here on this 1st and goal. Ball to place at the 2-yard line. Hand off there. He's going to get in there, and Avery's going to find his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. Scotties get on the board here once again. Great play there from him as he is able to find the way into the end zone. And that's what we like to see here. Nice, good, just thumping the run on them, and then eventually start really opening up that playbook and really mix it up. As we'll see Arnold now here with the football here for the Sooners as he'll throw this one up there at the 25, and that'll be incomplete pass as the receiver could not come down with it. Arnold now at 2nd and 10. He drops back here a lot, throws this one off to the right-hand side. That ball's going to be caught at the 44. Nice 1st down there for the Sooners as they're able to move the chains. So now they'll see go no huddle here with just less than a minute left here in the 1st quarter. Trying to keep in neck and neck here with the Scotties offense as well. As you see Tatum here runs this one out of the backfield there. That's going to be a carry for him. As that's going to be, of course, another 1st down here as able to move the chains. 41 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. 7-14. Highland leads this one. Let's see play action here up the middle there. That's going to be caught, and that's going to be another catch there. As that's going to be just at the now 11-yard line. As now we'll see here what we can try to do on this 1st and 10. A ball on the 11-yard line. Tatum has this one here. Tatum trying to fall into the end zone. He's going to get in there. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. Or excuse me, Oklahoma Sooners, I should say. Sooners get on the board here as they get another touchdown. Trying to keep in pace here now with Highland Scotties as the sophomore Taylor Tatum gets this carry there. Nice job there from him as he finishes that one and gets the right angle to get himself into the end zone. So now tied it up here with just a few ticks left here in the game in this 1st quarter. Run that play, and that's going to be it for the 1st quarter. Oklahoma gets a touchdown there towards the final seconds of the 1st quarter. We'll see if they can continue keeping up with us. And of course, hopefully, obviously Highland would like to try to, unhitch the wagon and take off and run. We'll see now 2nd and 10 coming up as we'll see Avery here on the outside. Breaks off a tackle, gets down to the 35. And that'll be a 1st down here for the Scotties. Singer now here calling audible. Now he's trying to see maybe if probably some kind of pass play here. See what he's going to do here. Ball to the 36-yard line. Singer here drops back here looking up. Here he's going to throw this one up there. That's going to go to the, I believe that's going to go to Moss. And he'll get the catch there for a few. 2nd and inch is coming up here. Ball to the 45-yard line. Play action. Singer here throws one up there. That's going to be up, and that's going to be caught as he keeps his feet in bounds there for the 1st down. Nice catch there on the play. 1st and 10 coming up now, so we'll move the chains here. Crossing the 50-yard line. Play action once again. Singer here. He has to get rid of it. Oh, it's going to be dropped. And the big man lineman is going to be able to scoop it up and take it up for a yard there on that play. As now we'll see here, 3rd and 9 coming up. Singer, of course, got to be careful with that football. He's going to throw this one up there. That's going to go up. That's going to be dropped as we cannot get to that one there. I believe that was good. That was Benson on the attempted catch there, but he drops it. They're going to go for it on 4th and 9. Why not? That one's going to go up and deep, and that one's going to be caught by Good as Good finds his way at the 6-yard line First and goal coming up here for the Highland Scotties, as they're, of course, taking these high risk here in this first half already. Of course, they know it's important to try to score here and not really give Oklahoma that ball back. But at the same time, you got to remember, you got to think about field position here. You don't want to give a short field to them. As we'll see a pass there, that ball is going to be tipped there, intended there for the tight end. As it's going to be incomplete. Ball the 3-yard. Now we'll see a third and goal coming up here. Ball the 3-yard line. 8:09 left here in the first half. Handoff to Avery. Avery's going to fire his way into the end zone and touchdown. Highland Scotties. I believe that's the third rushing touchdown of the day here for Avery as he finds the end zone once again. And that's a great job there for the offensive line, knowing what they have to do and what they need to do here in this situation. As we have a one-possession lead as Avery, the Heisman Trophy winner, finds way into the end zone. Of course, you know a lot of NFL teams are be chomping at the bit to try to draft him if he decides, especially if he decides to go early this year. As we'll see a run, and that will be, of course, be completed for a few yards there. As Oklahoma's back out here again, trying to go no huddle. 2nd and 10 coming up. And we'll see a throw there from Arnold as he'll throw this one there. That's going to be caught as that'll be Burks on the catch. Now a new set of downs here as they go no huddle once again. Arnold throws this one up there. That's going to be thrown in. I don't know how he caught that, but he did. Nice catch there. I believe that was Anderson or Gibson. I can't remember who that was. As we'll see now here, handoff to Tatum. Tatum going to run this one there, and he'll get a few yards there on the play. Continuing going no huddle, as they feel like that's the best way to go here. As we'll see a 2nd and 7 coming up here for the Sooners. Arnold here drops back, and Arnold drops back too far, and he's going to get caught in the backfield there. That is Nico Quinn, the freshman, coming in there and getting the sack there on the QB. Nice job there of getting to the QB and pushing them back furthermore now. As they, like I said, the freshman has been really stepping up here on the field. They're doing a great job here, and that's why he's getting these extra snaps as he's on the run again, trying to get to the quarterback. And he has to, Arnold, of course, has to throw it away. So they will punt the football. Punt that one at our own 32-yard line. As we'll get a reception there for a few yards. That's going to help move the chains now at the 50-yard line. Singer, of course, having a pretty decent day here. See a drop back here, pass there. That's going to be completed. That's going to get a catch, and that's going to be good on the first down as he gets to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 after the catch. Nice first down throw. We'll see what they can do here on the ball in 32. Play action here. Going down the field here. That one's going to be tossed up there. That's going to be the tight end getting the ball there. Nice play there. As Feeney gets the catch there. Feeney finding his way into the end zone. Or finds his way close to the end zone there at the 3-yard line for the first down. We'll see now 1st and goal coming up here. Ball at the 3-yard line. And, of course, Singer, of course, going to be very careful here. I feel like this is going to be a passing situation here. Of course, they've already ran the ball 3 times. So they might want to feel like they need to change it up here, try to get in the end zone. Pass being thrown there. That ball's going to be tipped away, as that was almost taken away there from almost Singer. Almost as it Singer Jose, or I can't even pronounce his name. But anyway, we find a way to get in the end zone there. Touchdown, Scotties. As the tight end throws his big body up there and does a great job there, diving for that ball and gets his way into the end zone. And now the Highland Scotties now have a 2-possession lead here, as it's going to be soon to be 28-14 here in the second quarter of this ball game. 5:08 left here in the first half. 1st and 10 here for Arnold and the Sooners. As he'll drop back here, play action, throw this one up, and he's got to throw it away as he cannot find nobody there. And I think he felt the heat and the pressure there from the defensive line. 2nd and 10 coming up, ball in the 25. Arnold here again, drops back here, throws this one up, and that's going to be picked off! And that's going to go back for a pick 6 here. Great play there As we'll see, that is Abdul, 19-yard pick six for the defense. That's going to definitely help us out here as we get closer to half. Nice job there as he read that very well, seeing who that pass would be thrown to, and knew that he had the timing to get to that ball and make a play like he did there. Great job as he is able to get that one, and that is going to help us out big time here in this matchup with the Sooners. So it's now 35-14 as we go down and see this pass there will be quickly thrown, and that's going to be a nice catch there as that's going to be to Anderson for the first down. They're going to go no huddle as they know it's important for them to do so here as they're definitely down by 3 scores. We'll see a drop back here and hand off there to Tatum. Tatum's going to get this one there, but he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play. Makes it now a 2nd and 10 coming up. As we'll see a drop back here from Arnold, and Arnold will get this one there to his receiver. That'll be enough there for the first down, as that'll help them move the chains there a little bit. We'll get now to a 1st and 10 here, and they're going to go back on the ground here with Tatum, as Tatum's going to get a gain of 3, as they're just trying to chip away here. And of course, like I said, just trying to wear down this defense by going no huddle and not really let us get a chance to swap out, make any substitutions. As we'll see another throw, a quick throw there as well from Arnold. And again, the defense or offensive line doing a great job here, holding that pocket up for him and giving him a chance to throw these quick passes. Tatum now running this one here, and he's going to get this one now inside the 5. And it looks like Joshua Bates for Oklahoma is going to have to come off the field there. We'll see now with 3:45 left. Handoff here. They're going to hand this one off to their one of their backups, halfbacks there, coming into play. Tatum off the field. Now Tatum's on the field here this time. This pass is going to be completed, and it's going to be caught there at the 1-yard line. So now all the big boys on the line here on this 1st and goal. Nice job there for the defense, reading that one very well, as that is Barr getting to Arnold on that play, pushes them back to the 5-yard line. It's going to be a 2nd and goal coming up here for Oklahoma, as Barr did a great job there reading that snap count, and then just seeing that it was going to be a play action. He had of course, quarterback's back was going to be towards him, and he did a great job there getting to that quarterback and putting him into the ground. We'll see what they can do here on this 3rd and goal coming up. As that previous play, they could not get in the end zone. Pass up the middle there, no problem, as they're going to find a way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma, as that is going to be Burks on the catch. And nice job there. And like I said, that no huddle has been becoming very beneficial for them in this one here today. As they are taking advantage of that. Of course, Scotties next half are going to have to figure out a way to kind of stop that from happening. We'll see now here 1st and 10 here for Avery as he runs this one there for a gain of 5. But I think at this point here, I think Scotties just really need to try to milk the clock as much as they can. We'll try to see if they can get the 2-minute warning here. Hand off to Avery once again as he runs this one on the outside there, trying to stay in bounds here. As they're, of course, trying to get them, keep this clock alive here, keep it moving, but at the same time, try to keep possession. Don't really need to necessarily have to score before the half here, but it would be nice if we could. Avery now being tossed this ball there to him as he's going to get this one there, moves around, does a great job there getting to midfield on that catch. 1st and 10 as they're at midfield. Ball there at the 49-yard line. Singer here drops back in the pocket. Nice solid pocket for him. He's throwing this one there, and that's going to be interception. That is going to go no, guys, come on, stop him. As that one almost goes back for a pick 6, and that's Muskel as he gets the catch there on that one, and that's going to get possession now back to Oklahoma as the Sooners now have a bit of a pretty good, decent field for themselves here. They're going to be on the Highland Scotties 24-yard line, but he does get the interception as we see there. Singer not too happy there on the sidelines. We'll see now 1st and 10 for Arnold and the offense as they'll throw that one off to Tatum as he'll get about a yard on that reception. See Arnold again drops back here in the pocket. He's going to be swarmed there by a bunch of Scotties, but he cannot make a play as he was trying his best to throw that one away. But he's going to get pushed back all the way back to the 35-yard line of the Scotties. It's going to be a 3rd and 21 coming up here. Scotties got to really buckle down and make a good defensive stop here. Arnold here drops back in the pocket. This one's going to get thrown up there. That one's going to be caught, and it's going to be short. As that ball does not get them the first down. So go ahead, they'll punt, and they'll give the ball back to us there on our own 32-yard line. And so we'll see what we can do left with this $1.05 left here in the first half. 35-21 is your score right now. 1st and 10, and oh, Singer should not have rolled out to the left-hand side of there. At least should have looked over there and see what was going on. Avery now trying to run this one here, trying to get back that yardage that Singer lost there in that rollout. And it's now going to be 3rd and 10 coming up here with just 48 seconds left here. We got to try to maintain possession here. See a quick pass, and that one's going to try to get to the tight end. Unfortunately, we'll be forced to punt. They get a good return off the punt, as we'll see there a pass there. That's going to go down the sideline to Tatum. He stays in bounds and gets all the way down to the 35-yard line of the Scotties. They're trying to get themselves set up here for at least for, if anything, a touchdown, but most importantly, to try to get a field goal here as they get sacked in the backfield there. Nice stop there from the D-line. 2nd and 20 coming up. As there's about 20 seconds left here, and that's going to be an interception. Man, talk about just turnover per loser. Or at least, yeah, it's been crazy now here in the within the last 5 minutes of this game. It's been what, 2 turnovers, and then not to mention just poor attempts of trying to get 3 and out, or poor attempts of trying to hold on to the ball and avoid three and out by both teams. As this has been a crazy first last 2 minutes now. It's been kind of nutty. As someone's got to maintain control here. So we'll see if the Scotties can do it here. As they'll run this one up the middle there with Avery, as he'll try to stiff arm the man there, and that's going to be a timeout now being called by the Scotties. As there's 1 timeout remaining here for them. Scotties maybe trying to take a shot down the field here. We'll see. Singer here again drops back here in the pocket, throws this one up there. That ball is going to be caught. It's going to be at the 29. Great pass there. That goes to Dumars on that catch. So maybe trying to get a little closer here. I think they should have just try to kick for a field goal here with 7 seconds left. But they're going to kick this or throw this one up, and that one's going to be incomplete as we try to get that one to Benson. So now 2nd and 10 here with just 4 seconds left. Singer here drops back in the pocket, throws this one up there. That's going to go up, and it's going to be batted away. And that is going to be your first half. What a crazy last 5 minutes of the first half there. Both teams trying to at least put up another score up on the scoreboard there before the other team could, and just couldn't really do it there. But there you see the turnovers. We do have 2 turnovers, as we got picked off twice now here in this game, and hopefully we can do a better job going into the second half here. A nice interception there, of course, by Abdul, as he takes that back for a pick 6, which really kind of set the tone of how the last 5 minutes of the game was going to be going there of the first half. 35-21 as we go down to the start of the starting the second half, and we'll see a spin move there from Avery, and that's going to get him to the 32-yard line. Makes a 2nd and 1 coming up. We'll see what the Scotties can, of course, obviously try to maintain possession, and of course keep this clock ticking here. Oh, Bo, look at this. We've seen this many times, and I'm just still fascinated here by he runs his ball. No, it's going to be a fumble. Nice hit there from the Sooners, and they are going to get possession of the ball. No. That was such a nice run, but somehow someone came in there and got a good hit, as Bowen will get the ball there carried. We'll see the replay here, and actually we're going to go ahead and we're going to challenge this one here, because I was looking at that video, And Coach Bond says, no, I think his knee was down. And there you take a look. Yeah, it's down before he even drops the ball. And the referees agree. So we get to keep possession here. Good call there from Coach Bonds and his coaching staff. Pass up the middle. That's going to be thrown there at the 22. We'll see what they can try to do now on this 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 coming up. Scotties trying to go up as they right now have a 2-possession lead. Try to go up by 3 here. That's the most they've had so far here today. As you see, a throw up the middle there. Nice catch there. That's going to be completed there. A nice job there from, I believe, from Parks. See the ball now at 13-yard line here. 1st and 10. Singer here is going to run this one himself. He's going to get it all the way down to the 5. Nice job there. Hold on to the football and, of course, get himself some yardage there on the ground. Now we'll see here. 2nd and 2. That ball is going to be completed at the 2-yard line for the 1st down. So now 1st and goal coming up here. Scotties, of course, taking their time. Trying to breathe here in this drive. As you see a pass there. It's going to be intercepted again. Oh, my goodness. I was trying to do my best. To wait there. But that was, I just could not believe that pass happened. But, yeah, it did. As Powers, Reggie Powers, the 3rd, a sophomore, read that one very well there. He was, he was definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback there, sniping that one without any problem whatsoever, with pretty much ease there. 2nd and 5 coming up after the interception. And they're at their own 25-yard line here. Sooners here trying to get back in this ball game. As we'll see, Tatum here runs this one as he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. Again, they're going to continue with this no-huddle nonsense. As this time they're going to try to spread it out here. 3rd and 5 coming up. As we'll see a handoff. Nope, it's going to be a play action. That ball's going to be thrown there. And a nice catch there to Anderson as he gets the 1st down there for the Sooners. Sooners keep the drive alive as they now have the ball near midfield. 1st and 10 coming up. As we'll see here, we'll see what they'll do here. Arnold here calling a audible here. And he's going to hand this one off there to the halfback, Tatum. Tatum's going to try to run this one out of the backfield there, and is successful that time as he does get some good positive yardage there. Now, makes it now 2nd and 3 coming up. And ball the Highland Scotties 44, and they're going to get stopped there at the 43. 3rd and 2 coming up. There's a crowd here. A little bit of a mixed crowd, you know, both the Highland Scotties and the Sooners fans. Sooners fans trying to get back in this ball game here. As now we'll see here on this 1st and 10 after the 1st down. That ball's going to be tipped away and incomplete there for the Sooners. Arnold here again trying to get his team down the field here as they'll use Tatum again, as that'll get a few more yards there on the play. We'll go now to a 3rd and 7 coming up here for the Sooners. Sooners looking to get this one to try to get this one down the field there, but it's going to be picked off, and it's going to go back the other direction as the Sooners get the interception. Nice job there picking that one off. And now let's see if we can continue where we left off at. 1st and 10 here for Singer. Singer again drops back here, throws this one up there, and that one almost gets taken away as well, as that was almost taken there by Williams. Great Williams they were trying to avoid there in the passing game. As Gentry Williams. As we'll see now, 3rd and 4 coming up. We'll see what the Scotties can do here on this play, as they are going to hit stuffed in the backfield there. No gain on that play there. Not what we usually see there from Avery. Well, now we'll see them go here on 4th and 4. Pass there going to be completed, and it's going to be caught. And no, it's going to be short, as it's going to be now a turnover on downs there on the Scotties. As they give the ball back to the Sooners here. Give the Sooners a decent field here on their own 40. Sooners here now trying to utilize this chance to be on the Scotties 40-yard line and get down the field here. 2nd and 12 coming up after that unsuccessful run. Tatum here runs this one there. He'll get some positive yards that time, as no one was watching the run there at all. Kind of looking forward to the pass. 3rd and 5 coming up. 5:25 left here in the third quarter. That ball's going to get dropped quick. And that's going to be it for that drive for the Sooners as they'll be forced to punt. We'll see now, ball back with the Scotties as we'll see Avery has the carry there. And that's going to be a nice 5-yard carry there for him as we'll continue the drive here on our own 25-yard line. 2nd and 5. And, oh, Singer, you got to get rid of it there, buddy. As he does, he's going to get this one off there. That's going to get down the field to Parks as Parks gets a nice first down. Nice job there of getting the first down. We'll see if we can continue that as that's going to be another pass there. That's going to be completed as well. As that's going to be at the 38-yard line now in Sooner territory. 4:25 left here in the third quarter. 35-21. Not too much going on here in this. It's been a bit of a tug of war here midfield. As we'll see Singer try to get rid of the football there, but he just holds on for it too long. And he's going to get sacked for a big loss. We've got to try to see if we can get that back now here on this 3rd and 22. Singer here drops back deep in the pocket here, looking for a pass there. And that ball's going to be picked off. Oh my goodness, we are horrible at passing here today. These ball being thrown is just being lobbed up there to our receivers, and I have no clue as Bowen again gets an interception. That'll be his 2nd of the day. We'll see Tatum now has the football here, and Oklahoma taking advantage of this one here as they get a nice carry there from him. He's now over 100 yards for the day. See what they can do here on this 1st and 10. Arnold here has it. He held on to it way too long there. He should have got rid of it. As this is going to be an incomplete pass. Can't connect with the receiver there for him. As we'll see Arnold now drops back. Throws this one up there. That's going to be picked off as well. That ball is picked off at the 1-yard line here for the Highland Scotties. This has been a crazy third quarter. We had the ball at the 1-yard line, so we got to be careful here as we hand this one off. That one's going to go up the middle, and that's going to give us a little bit of breathing room now as we're on our own 7. 2nd and 4 coming up as Singer here drops back in the pocket. He's going to run this one himself. He's going to take it, and he's going to get a gain of 7 on that play. Getting another first down here for the Scotties. As we'll go back on the ground here. This time Bo has it, and Bo is going to get only back to the line of scrimmage there on that 2nd down. This has been a seesaw battle here. Both defensive now are starting to come alive here, and both offenses are kind of going to the wayside here and not really being focused like they were in the first half. We'll see a pass there. That's going to be incomplete, or that's going to be interception, but a flag is going to be called here. We'll see who this flag is on. This might be coming back to the Scotties, and it looks like it is. It's going to be a pass interference there on the corner, and the Highland Scotties will get the ball back on their own 29 line. So that's a good break there from us. As now we get a chance now to redeem ourselves here as we get the ball back on the ground and give that one to Bo as he gets a gain of 6. But yeah, these both defenses, both the corners and safeties, all that are just doing a great job here in the second half. And it's becoming really irritating now that we cannot throw the ball there like we were in the first half. As now second half here has been both defenses are kind of being stingy about things. As we have to throw now under the covers there instead of trying to throw either deep or even mid-range in some cases there. Hand off to Bo. Of course, keep the drive alive here with the running game as well as Bo runs this one there to the Oklahoma 35. But like I said, this is I knew this game was going to be tough. These are two tough teams, pretty similar to one another. As that's going to go back for a pick 6. No, come on. That is going to be an interception. That's going to be a touchdown there from Williams as he takes that one back for 54 yards for a pick 6. And Oklahoma is now knocking on the door here saying, we're coming back in this ball game here. And we're going to come back by off your mistakes here. So we threw this one there. I thought, hey, this was a good throw. I don't understand. I've been literally trying to throw bullets to these last couple of these interceptions that we've seen now here, these last 2 or 3, and they just come off like he's just waffling the ball up. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you throwing the ball all noodle arm or whatever? It's like, and I look to see if his wear and tear is affecting him. It's not affecting him at all. as we get affected there by that defensive play there, getting stomped in the backfield. 3rd and 17. Coach Bond's probably getting a little concerned here now with his QB. He might have to bring out Robinson, but that ball is going to be incomplete, and we're going to be forced to punt. Here we are now in the 4th quarter, as that was a long 3rd quarter there. A lot of seesawing back and forth, trying to throw passes and trying to get up the field, as Arnold now goes no huddle, trying to get back in this ball game here. They're just down by a single possession now. 2nd and 10 coming up as Tatum here runs this one there, and he's going to get a carry as he gets a few yards there on that as well. 3rd and 7 coming up here, ball on our 37 or 38-yard line. Drop back here for Arnold. Arnold's going to throw this one there, and that's going to be met up by a defender. Oklahoma's going to go for here on 4th and 1. They don't need much to get to the first down. As we'll see a quick pass there. That pass is going to be incomplete as it's dropped. But I think there is a penalty, and I believe it's on, it's on the Sooners. A holding call, and we're going to go ahead and decline and get that ball back. As we'll see a 1st and 10, and that ball is going to be run there by Avery for a few yards. So at this point in this game here, we just got to try to be smart with the football here. We got to try to run this one as much as we can with our 2 best backs. That's why we have them, and we need to utilize them very well here. 3rd and 3 coming up here. I think we just got away from the running game too much. Got too pass happy in this game, and that's what's been kind of been biting us in the butt. I've lost track now of how many interceptions now. I want to say we have at least 6, but we could have more. 3rd and 9 coming up, as we'll see here, just trying to run down the play clock down some. It's, Singer, come on, dude. You got to get rid of the ball. You cannot be holding on to the football like that. As they come in there for a nice blitz, get some really good. We'll see what we can do now here on this 4th and 22. Ball on the 35-yard line, and a timeout being called here now. As that'll be the first timeout now from the Scotties. Or no, from Oklahoma. As now we'll see Tatum here runs this one. And that's going to be a completed run. That run's going to be a nice carry there for him. 2nd and 6 coming up again. No huddle. Really, and it's really true. I don't know why they're not getting. They should be worn down with the wear and tear. But who knows? This wear and tear in this game is just horrible. 1st and 10 coming up as the ball's at the 45-yard line. Arnold here quickly throws. That ball's going to be picked off, and that's a nice catch there. That's going to be now in possession of the Highland Scotties offense. Great job there reading the quarterback there. Arnold now, he has been befuddled as well as he's thrown a couple picks as well. And now we'll see here on this handoff. And Bo, come on, get up the field. And so he'll get a few yards there. We'll see what we can try to do now on this 3rd and 2. Don't need to do much here. We just got to try to run it up the gut here and find a hole or gap or something. But we're going to be stopped there at the 43. Coach Bond says go for it here. So they're going to risk it. I guess they're putting a lot of faith in their defense that can keep them in the game and hold on, and stop Oklahoma if something happens to go, to the wayside. 5 minutes left. As we'll see, they get the first down, that 4th down. We'll see a quick pass there to the left. And that one's going to be a nice reception there as well. As Good is able to hold on to it for the first down. As we'll see now, ball in 23 here. Singer here. You got to do something with that ball there, bro. As he's going to throw this one in there. That is going to go to Parks as he gets the catch there. But just short of the first down. We'll see now 3rd and 7 coming up. And now we'll see a pass. That's going to be completed as that's going to go to Avery as he gets this one inside the 20. Marking him at the 12-yard line, I believe, for the first. 3:30 left as we'll see a handoff there to Bo. Bo trying to get around that traffic there as he gets to himself to the 6-yard line. So now 2nd and 6 coming up here for the Scotties. Looking to see what we can do here as Avery has the football. And Avery's going to try to line this up pretty well as he's at the 5-yard line here. Now 3rd and 4 coming up here. Worst case scenario, we can kick a field goal. And that will give Oklahoma trouble. They would be down by 2 possessions with that field goal. But we're going to go ahead and get in the end zone there. Nice touchdown pass. And a great finish there from Benson as he finds his way into the end zone there. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. Oh boy, this has been a crazy second half. Just play calling, maybe not the best, but from both sides, but for the most part, both teams, well, they want to, they're trying to put everything out on the line here to get to that national championship game. I think Highland more so than the Sooners. As right now, Sooners right now are down by 2 possessions, as we'll see them quickly throw that one off to the side there for a loss of a yard. Arnold now dropping back here. He's going to go back deep. That ball's going to be caught, and that's going to be a nice reception as they go no huddle. And that'll be a first down. Ball on their own 38-yard line here. Arnold here looking to the sideline for a play. Arnold here drops back here. Got a decent pocket. Goes up the middle here. He's throwing this one deep. And that ball's going to be broken up as they could not get to Anderson on that play. So now they're going to start pulling off the big throws here. We'll see Arnold pass there. That's going to be overthrown again, going to Anderson. And he cannot connect. Good job there. Good coverage there from the defense. Let's see if they can do it at least one more time. 3rd and 10. Arnold again here, drops back, looks, fires this one up the middle there, and that's going to be caught, and a timeout being called by Oklahoma. Ball midfield, 1st and 10. Pass there, going to be tossed up, and again, trying to find Anderson, but no such luck there as that one gets overthrown. Defensive line needs to really get to the quarterback here, and that's what they do. They'll almost get to him that time. They do force the pressure on him as he has to throw it away. Ball's at midfield. 3rd and 10 here. As we'll see a pass here being completed. That ball is going to be thrown, and Anderson's able to make a dive and gets to it there as our safety, which our linebacker there was trying to get there on time to make the hit. Couldn't get there, and that's going to be a first down here for the Sooners. Arnold, again, drops back here. He has to throw it away as Nickel Quinn is chasing him down again. And now they're looking at a 2nd and 10. Ball now on the Scotties 31-yard line. Arnold here throws this one up the middle there to Tatum. Tatum cannot hold on to that one as he gets taken down quickly right as he threw it, or as he caught that ball, I should say. 3rd and 10 now coming up. Nickel Quinn almost had the quarterback there as he see the defense now deep there. Bats that one away there. Good job there from both, from O'Quinn and the safeties and corner. Quick pass there. That ball's going to be thrown, and no, he cannot hold on to it. And that is going to be it right there. As the Scotties now, all they need to do is now run the football here. And they're going to run this one here with Avery. Avery, a nice spin move there. Now Avery. And, of course, they're going to call another timeout. I think Oklahoma may have one more timeout remaining. So they got to try to run the ball here. Run up the middle here for Avery. Avery runs this one there. And that should be the last timeout now from Oklahoma, as they should be out of timeouts. Ball on the 48-yard line, or excuse me, on the 30-yard line here. Hand off to Avery again with only 45 seconds left here. That right there is going to be your ball game. As the final ticks are going to come in here, they're going to play one more play to make sure this clock continues to run. And another timeout being called here. This time is by Highland. What is going on there? Guys, you won the game. Maybe Singer wants to stick it to them. And they do so as they throw a pass up the middle. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. Many may say that's petty, but I can see why Highland did it. As they find Corey Good into the end zone there. Touchdown, Scotties. As there was still time left on the clock, and I guess Singer wanted to make sure he wanted to make Oklahoma think otherwise here. And they are able to win this one here. Nice job, as now they got their ticket punched, and they're going to the next round, to the finals. They're going to the championship game to either face Ohio State or Penn State. And of course, your player of the game, of course, 3 touchdowns, over 160 yards for the day. It's no other than Eric Avery, as he does a great job there here today's game. And I will have to admit, third quarter there, start of third quarter, we did, we should have stuck with the running game. That was really working with us very well. Oklahoma had a tough time, but I noticed too that they're off their, their edge rushers were kind of sticking out some on the corners there. I'm like, oh, I'm thinking like, okay, we could run up the middle easily, but then at the same time I'm thinking like, okay, I see a lot of guys in the box as well, so it's like, well, but just stick with what we know, what we can do best, and which is just run the outside with especially with Bo, just run on the outside there and then just continue pounding the football there. But yeah. But yeah, you see that, yeah, interceptions wise, it was nuts. 5 interceptions there for Oklahoma, 4 for us. Oof. Jeez. Singer, 32 of 50, not his best day. 426 yards. Completed 64% of his passes, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for him in that game. Avery, 20 plus carries, 162 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. Very nice day there. That's why he is the Heisman Trophy winner, and why he has been such a dominant figure in this season. Take a look at the numbers there, receiving wise. Dumars had 8 catches, 147 yards there. No touchdowns there for him. Benson, 6 for 82 and a touchdown. Feeney, 5 catches, 61 yards, touchdown. Good, 3 catches for 64, and he had a tutty as well. And then, of course, defensively there, a lot of good defensive play there from our guys. Nico Quinn had a nice day there. Quinn had 2 tackles, a tackle for loss, a sack. Actually, 2 sacks, I think, in the game. Oh, no, 1 sack. Wolfork, 3 tackles, 3 TFLs. Duel had that nice interception that went back for a pick 6. I mean, we just had a great performance from our usual suspects. I mean, usually dominant figures on the defensive side of things. But that touchdown pass from Duel, that interception there, that was nice. He seen that ball being thrown. He just like, yep, I'm gonna go over here and just pick this out of the air and just go right up the middle. You know, just go right up the passing lane there and just take it for a 6. Tatum, 122 yards on the ground, 24 carries, 1 rushing touchdown there for him. They really did a good job there using that no huddle business, which I think is just ridiculous that the game can do that. Because there should be I have to check my slider to see if I can. I think I remember just. A matter of fact, I think as I just now hits me. I think there's a video I seen of Matt 10 talking about how you can stop that from happening. Is to raise the offside offside slider there. I had to go back and watch that video again to see what he was talking about. It's on his YouTube page. I think it's a short that he made about it. But there you see the rest of the numbers there for the defense for Oklahoma. So we are able to knock them off, which is always great. And now we can move on and get to the finals, as we are semifinal playoff game winners there, winning the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. And there you see the Defensive Player of the Week there. Yes, of course, Abdul gets the recognition there, and rightfully so. He had a great week. Really good game there. And, of course, Avery had a great week, as he is both the Big 12 and the National Offensive Player of the Week. So congrats to him. He well deserves it as well, as he's had just a crazy monster season. And then look at this, the national championships now. Wow, Penn State knocked off Ohio State for the national championship there, or for the semifinal round. So they're going to go to the national championship. That's who we'll be facing. And then of course we got a nice little upgrade there, as Program Builder is unlocked now for our coach. So coming up in the next episode, you guys, we are going to be taking on Penn State, the Nittany Lions. And of course, this is for the national championship. Winner of this is going to move on and have the bragging rights for the next year. Hopefully it's going to be Highland, as they can be back-to-back winners in this one. But I almost feel like Penn State's going to be just as worse, if not this. I think it's going to feel like more like the same, but maybe even worse now than that Oklahoma game that we just played there. So we'll be playing against Penn State. It should be a good one there. We're definitely going to, they're kind of a run first type of team as well. So we'll have to deal with the running game. And of course, they have a good quarterback as well. He was up for the Heisman this year and unfortunately came up short. So he'll definitely be looking to show everyone why he should have been the Heisman Trophy winner instead of our guy. But if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Of course, don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. And of course, hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified of when this series or any other series that happens to drop here on ESGNet. It's uploaded to the channel. You guys will be the first ones to find out. And of course, all that will greatly help the channel if you guys can do that for me. I appreciate it a lot. But also, too, don't forget to check us out on our second channel here on YouTube at ESGNet Plus LP, as we got some more college football action over there, as well as Madden, FC25, FC26, which is coming out very soon, as well as MLB The Show. Got a couple of Road to Glory or Road to Show characters over there, as well as the Chicago Cubs franchise that we have on the second channel over there, so definitely go check that out. But that's it for me, you guys. Stay tuned for more here on the channel, and so get ready to play for the national championship and try to see if we can be a back-to-back champion here in this series. As always, keep yourselves each other healthy, and I will see you all next time.